Are you currently trying to learn French through grammar and not getting the results that you want? Or have you previously tried learning French through grammar, for example through school, and you failed? You didn't get the results that you wanted. Perfect, you've come to the right video. I'm here to tell you, 1, why it's not your fault and why learning grammar is a bad thing. 2, what we can do to address it. Okay? And 3, how I can help you do that. So let's get straight into the video. So the first thing is, what do I mean when I talk about grammar lessons? I'm talking about those exercises and those types of activities which involve grammar rules, fill in the gap sentences, right? Learning sentences, phrases without context, where it's not in a conversation or a story, where it's simply one line item and then a rule, and then you tick the box and fill it out. Things like that, random sentences like the cat sat on the mat, and then you learn the rule for each word in the sentence. Now, why is it bad? Why are grammar rules negative for your French progress, right? For the progress you want to achieve when you're learning the French language. Now, it's very simple, and I'll set this up as such. So let's say that me and you, we're going to play each other in soccer, okay? Or football for my European viewers, right? We're going to play each other in 6 months, and we're going to see who's better in 6 months. So for 6 months, what you're going to do is you're going to go away and read 10 different soccer rules books, okay? You're going to read them back to front. Every single day, you're going to spend multiple hours reading a soccer rules book or football rules book. And at the end of the 6 months, you will know the soccer rules better than me, 100%, because I'm not going to read books. What I'm going to do is just play soccer. I'm going to get a soccer ball, go out on the grass, go out on the pitch, lace up my boots, and I'm going to practice soccer with my shin guards on, with my whole kit on, and I'm going to practice on the grass every single day. And you're going to read a book every single day about the rules of soccer. Now, we're going to play each other in 6 months. You will not have touched a soccer ball, and I will not have touched a rule book. You will know the rules better than me, but I will play soccer better than you. And that is because I have practiced soccer, football, right away. You haven't, okay? For the 6 months, I've been practicing the exact thing that I will be tested on, right? That I will be using in order to achieve my goal, which is to beat you in soccer, okay? But you have just read the theory. So it's a difference between the theory and the practical. And the practical wins every time, where you can only have one or the other, right? A bit of theory is okay with the practical. However, majority theory, little bit of practical, doesn't work at all. Now, that poses a question. What do we do? If grammar's bad, if we shouldn't learn grammar, what do we do? Well, it's very simple. Immersion. Immersion in the French language through phrases, sentences. And what's the best way to get them? It's through context, okay? And the best way to have this context is through stories, conversations, interesting articles, newspaper articles, interesting videos on the topics that you love, that you're interested by. Now, through daily study, okay, daily immersion in the French language, where you're getting lots and lots of input through, the output will simply follow. Now, the reason that immersion, French immersion, through stories, conversations, articles, in a context that you enjoy on topics that you like, it's simply that you're able to soak in the language exactly how you learnt English, just like me, right? When we were younger, how did we learn, right? We didn't speak right away. We only developed speaking afterwards. We only learnt grammar rules afterwards. After what? After having immersed ourselves in the language, heard so many English words from different people, different conversations in different contexts about different things, and then we finally were able to bring those words together, bring those stories, conversations together into coherent sentences that made sense, and then to provide our speaking, it came very easily, right? For a baby, they develop words very fast once they get going, but the getting going part, that takes time, right? It takes a while because you've got this process of hearing new noises, okay? And that's a key barricade, right? It's a key obstacle for lots of people learning their first language outside of their native, right? So if you're learning French for the first time, lots of the noises that you're going to hear are completely foreign to the noises that you've heard since you were, 0 years old, 1 year old, up until now, which may be 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 years, right? You've never heard those noises. You've never been able to take those noises in and then understand them, okay? And then join them up and produce your own sounds, your own words and conversation. So for the French language learner who only has English, right, which was me a few years ago, it is difficult if you try and force the language to come to you, right? You try and grab it and pull it towards you. And if you try and learn the rules of French, okay? If you try and learn the rules of soccer and football without ever playing, right? Without ever just letting the game come to you, which would be practicing soccer, yeah? Using your feet, okay? Moving your body around and allowing yourself to fail, allowing the language to naturally come to you, right? Allowing the ball to naturally move around and see how it reacts to different things, or seeing how your mind reacts to different things when you're learning French, then you won't get that success that you want. I like to say, what comes easy goes easy, yeah? What requires time, patience, effort, passion, that's all the beautiful things in life, right? French is one of them. Learning a second language is one of them, because you're not going to get there super quickly. You're not going to be able to force it. You're not going to be able to spend $1 million and instantly just download a language into your brain, which is something that, AI isn't able to do yet, right? That has not arrived yet. However, what you can do is take the right steps where you need to ensure that you can learn French in the fastest time possible, and that you can take all that stress and just push it away to the side. Okay, you're able to avoid all of those pitfalls that most people fall into when they are seeking to learn a second language, when they're seeking to learn French for the first time. And something I want you to know as well, if you've previously had French experience through school, through university, private tutoring, know full and well that what I'm offering here, the assistance I'm offering, is completely different to what you experienced, you went through at school, university, private tutoring, and it's simply down to the learning method. I teach a completely different method. It is 180 degrees in the opposite direction, right? It is 180 degrees away from what you dealt with at school. And here's why. They teach grammar, I don't. 99% of their students fail to learn a second language, to learn French, giving you a 1% chance of succeeding. I learnt in 1 year without any previous experience of learning French. Now, this was simply down to the learning method. On one hand, there was a 1% chance of succeeding at school. On the other hand, you have me, who failed at school as well. I failed Italian, Japanese at school, and then also tried out French, private tutoring in university. Didn't work out as well. I succeeded in 1 year when I went out and I developed my own learning method, right? You can do the same, and I help you do that. So if you're motivated to put the past behind you, accept your previous experience in French and embrace the present, embrace where you currently are, and know that you can learn French if you're prepared to change, if you're prepared to implement new learning methods, right? And the learning method is very simple, as I said before, and on my other videos I always talk about it. It's immersion. It's immersion, it's through phrases, it's through conversations, it's through stories, check out the first video on my YouTube channel if you want more detail, and I'll be releasing other videos which will provide even more info on it. But it's simply, you've got French, you've got your English, translation between the two, you've got stories, you've got conversations, you've got articles, you've got YouTube videos, Netflix, anything you want to learn French through. Let's see if we can make it possible. Because for me, I'm able to jump onto YouTube, Netflix, I can watch whatever I want in French, I can read whatever I want in French. And I was speaking to a guy the other night, we had a work event, and he was from Quebec in Canada. And I was speaking with him, and he was shocked by my French, right? He was shocked by my accent. He said, how did you get an accent that good, right? There's people in Canada who don't speak, that well, people in French Canada. And I said, well, I just immersed myself in the language, and I didn't really speak for even the first, 3-6 months. I only started speaking after I heard the word so many times that it was impossible for me to get the pronunciation, at least, even 10% wrong. It was going to be 90% right. And that's what you're able to do as well. And that's why my accent is so strong, and yours can be as well, because I had those previous failures in French. And if you are prepared to implement new learning methods, okay, try something completely different and get that French success you deserve and you want, then, hey, book a one-on-one call with me. The description has a link there where you can go through and just book a time that suits you. But I'm looking to work with, a few people, not everyone, basically. I'm only looking to work with people who are truly motivated to learn French. They're ready to provide a strong time commitment to learning French, an emotional social commitment to learning French, and then also a financial commitment as well. And I explained that in my first video, and that's a key. Those are the 3 key pillars that I hold to my success in learning French. And without those, I wouldn't have done as well as I have, because I know that without commitment, the likelihood of the goal being achieved is much, much less likely. And that's simply because, us humans, we tend to, through our sort of survival instincts, through our DNA, we seek the easiest, route to achieve a certain goal. However, some goals that can only be achieved through difficulty, struggle, pushing through, pain, overcoming oneself, right? So working towards a goal is often the goal, right? Because if you just continue to work and put in the time that you need to, and do the right things every day, it doesn't have to be 5 hours study. I'm talking, 20, 30, 40, even, an hour of study maximum, and you're able to achieve exactly what I have, which is French fluency. And also, just to finish up this video, I want you to ask yourself one question. And the one question is, how much do you value your French success? Right? How much do you value those goals that you want to hit with your French? Because if you truly value them, you've got to make those 3 commitments that I've just detailed there. Because if you don't, I don't think you truly value your French. And that used to be me. I sort of thought I could learn French, through doing, a little bit of study, each week, maybe a few hours a week, and I'd be fine. It's got to be daily. The study's got to be daily. It's got to be focused. And you have to, put your money where your mouth is. You have to put your time exactly where it needs to be to achieve that French success, meaning allocate the time every single day. You have to dedicate it to achieving those French goals. What does that look like? It looks like daily study, daily immersion. And if you're prepared to do that, I look forward to speaking with you, because I know you're going to succeed. Okay? Because once you have that mindset, the daily work, the daily study, the daily immersion becomes so simple. But gaining that mindset, if you already have it, if I'm helping you develop it here, That's perfect, and that's exactly who I want to be helping achieve their French success. Okay, because I know that it works, and I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So if you're truly motivated, truly ready to take positive steps in the right direction towards achieving your French goals, I can't wait to speak with you. Okay? Have an awesome day.